Oh, hey, this will be my last super chat, but if you don't mind me asking, why is it that when I look at other VTuber agencies, there's always graduations, but when I look at Face Connect, there's no graduations? What makes Fishman better? I don't think that Face Connect is better than any other agencies. I think it's just that I don't know. Yeah, also don't jinx it, man. Don't jinx it. I feel like a lot of it is luck. And I think a lot of it is like other companies, I guess, like when they're hiring people, they might be looking for people that, like, how do I say this? Like, are already like super established in the industry, and they don't necessarily like need to be part of a company, you know? Whereas like with Face Connect, most of the people that joined Face Connect weren't really like we don't have a lot of people, I would say, that come into Face Connect that are already like super established, very famous, whatever. You know what I mean? So a lot of the people that come into Face Connect, like, they're coming here and building their brand, like, from the ground up. We have had people leave. And we do have, like, some new invaders that were already quite sizable on their own. But in general, like, those, yeah, the recent invaders are more of an exception to the rule. Like, in general, we don't have a lot of... Like, the people that are in Face Connect tend to, like, need to be in Face Connect, right? Maybe they don't necessarily need to be in Face Connect, but, like, they would have a much harder time outside of Face Connect, so it creates, a bigger incentive to stay. And then... I would think that, like, with Face Connect, like, our terms... How do I say this? Like, I don't think that we have particularly stand out terms or requirements or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, nothing about Face Connect, like, it's not too good to be true, and it's not small and taking advantage of the streamers. It's just kind of grounded goal. Yeah, I'd say, like, Face Connect is just, like, a very grounded business. And so, if you go into it being like, yeah, like, it's a VTuber company, it's a business, you have, like, an easier time, like, understanding, like, if things don't go your way, or if there are terms that you disagree with. Like, you can look at this and you're like, okay, like, it's a business. And I think that sort of, like, level-headed approach from the company transfers onto the talents as well, generally. So, like, a lot of the talents are like, okay, like, it is a business. You know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to be, like... And it's not a negative from other companies that they have, like, more of a... maybe, like, flamboyant attitude of, like, yeah, this is, like, more closely knit, this is more, like, a family, this is more, like, our focus is on making the talent feel as comfy as possible. Like, in Face Connect, like, of course, management wants the talents to feel comfortable, right? But there is, like, an emphasis on making the business run comfortably, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's just a business, man. It's just a business. And so it... Like, the people that join, that know it's like a business, are just fine with it. Does that make sense? I don't think Face Connect has, like, some sort of secret, and I don't think we're going to be like graduation free forever. We have had people leave. I think it's just, yeah, it's just business, Pippa. I mean, not in like a cutthroat way, but in like a, like, yeah, the job's gonna suck sometimes kind of way. Because every job's gonna suck sometimes. And then things will be great. And then things will suck again. And then things will be great. And then maybe things will just be good. And then maybe things will suck. And then maybe they'll be great. And then they'll just be good. And then they'll be great again. And then just good. And then just okay. Whatever. They giving you guys pizza parties instead of bonuses too? No. We get bonuses. It's the ideal form of its give and take where both parties win? Yeah. Face Connect seems to have a good setup for longevity and stability. I think so. I would think that I'm like one of the harder people to keep a hold on. Because I'm so easily influenced by the industry. You know, like I'm in too deep, right? I love VTubers too much. So like when all those big graduations were happening, like I had like at first I tried to just like tough it out and deal with the Menhera of like I should go indie. All of the people that I look up to are going indie. Everything is bad. This industry is sucks. There's no point, man. Like I had to go to management. Management was like, calm down, Pippa. Calm down. Like everybody's situation is different. Just chill. Would you actually tell us if things were bad at FaZe? I have a track record of doing that, so I would say, yeah. I feel like I've been pretty honest about when I didn't like things in the company. Like, there'll always be, like, not to be a ratmancer, but, like, there'll always be some things where it's like, well, I shouldn't say anything about this because, like, this is like saying anything is not going to benefit anyone, you know, be it my fault or somebody else's. There's just some things where you just gotta fucking suck it up, buttercup. And that's just like how it is sometimes, right? But if there was anything that was like, I don't know, like in the early days of FaZe Connect, I just care too much. Pippa answering the what is your weakness question at the job interview. Yeah, I'm answering that question that exact way, but unironically. Zachary, thank you. Yeah, you had us on edge with the graduation emote. Bear, thank you. So they're corpos who espouse to be families create unrealistic expectations that lead to disconnect, but FaZe Connect is a business, so the expectation is business. The friendships are a bonus. I wouldn't say that. I would say that some company, like, it's not necessarily like unrealistic expectations. Because like a lot of these companies are running just fine, right? It's just that like some companies, like there's more of an emphasis. Like the ones that have like a lot of graduations, we'll say, like those ones, it can be like, okay, God, like, is it okay to name companies that died? Probably not. Probably not, but there have been like some small corpos where it's like we're not like other corpos. We're gonna do things differently, and it's a family here, and everybody loves each other. And you know what? Like, it's a fucking workplace. Not everybody's gonna love each other. Like, that just happens. You know? It's impossible. You can't maintain that. But that's not to say that every company that does have like that family atmosphere is like. They might not necessarily. God, it's so hard to fucking do the meta talk while being respectful of other companies. Not to say like that I don't respect other companies in general, but just that like it's very easy for people to be like, oh well, this company says this, does that mean they're bad? And no, because every company is very different and run by very different people. Okay. And there are companies where it's like, oh, it is like a family, and it's like, you know what? Those ones, some of them can be fine because like they do run at a smaller scale and it is built off of like a friend group or everybody already knows each other and whatever, and they're not trying to do like all these super huge mega business oriented things, or maybe they are more business oriented, but it is just kind of like a mom and pop type vibe, you know? But I would say, like, I'm going to speak positively of Face Connect. I feel like if you ask in the interview, you know, if you're like, I want to do this, can I do this in the company? You know, like, the company will just be like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. You know? Like, if somebody was like, I want to host a huge concert and the company pay for it, and I want to have like a live venue in fucking Detroit, Michigan, and blah, blah, blah. The company will be like, no, man, you gotta make more money for that. You gotta, like, maybe if you bring in that much money, the worth of, like, attendance and stuff, like, the company could do it. But, like, if you, like, just debut and you haven't, like, proven anything, like, no, why would the company pay for that? You know? Does that make sense? Can't have shit in Detroit. Yeah. Alright, thank you. So other corp... Oh, I read that. My chat's not scrolling. Brandon goes, thank you. The only companies that are like a family and are actually stay successful are mafias. Mafias aren't real, though. Yeah, mafias aren't real. But, good advice, not go bankrupt. Yeah. Like, Face Connect. It's just business. It's a business. You look at everything under the context of being a business, and it makes sense. Zero, thank you. I can't believe you got evicted from Face Connect and live in a van now. Here's $5 in gas money. What the fuck? Remember when you wanted Face to pay for your gold check mark? Yeah, those bastards should have did it.
If you